lot of you wondering what to do with your moon pies. Well, I've got some wine suggestions for you. Lemon moon pies, Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc, Pinot Grigio.
Stuart Red Donald, acclaimed food and travel writer and world-class chef.
I was the chef de casserole. I made the casserole for the frozen food department.
For more than a decade, they've combined their expertise to answer your questions and introduce you to the culinary movers and shakers you want or ought to know. Four-time Taste Award finalists, 15-time Debbie Award losers. They are the dynamic duo of dining.
Hello.
Markets 2 on FM Talk.
All righty. Well, welcome to another issue and show of Sip and Chew with Mike and Stu show here in the studios live.
Can you say show a few more times?
Show, I'll show you.
I'll
If
show
you
you
look
that I know how
online,
to
I'll
how
show
to
you
do
what we
things
look
on this
what we
show.
look like. So anyway,
Mike's in full diva mode. Yeah, y'all just got to let you know. He just asked Steve to turn down the signal in our headphones because it was 0.037% of a degree too loud.
no, it was just loud. Anyway, we got some sad news. We do not have any phone lines today, so
So
sorry.
you just got to listen to us.
You just got to listen to us, which
Yeah.
is kind of what they do anyway.
Yeah.
But
Text.
We're-
text.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you can text in. Yeah.
Or on Facebook if you make comments, or on YouTube.
Yeah,
That's right.
That all pops up.
We have phone lines. Unfortunately, through the studio, we just can't hear them. We can receive phone calls. We just can't put them on
Yeah.
the air.
Like if you want to call and
Yeah.
order a pizza, we can take the order.
You might not get the pizza,
Oh, not get the
depending
pizza.
on what the topics are.
Yeah.
So
But you can
anyway,
still Venmo us the money.
but anyway, I appreciate you, Stu, and everybody handling everything for us last week. I had a little issue with the AC, and
You got hit with lightning 2 weeks in a row.
how's that?
Yesterday, you got hit with lightning in your Tallahassee.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yeah.
That's different. It's just a wake up call.
That was just
Yeah.
But no, we got hit by lightning at home in Southwest Mobile, and
Took out your brand new, drastically overpriced air conditioner.
it was 5 months old, and lightning got it.
Roy wants to know why you didn't call him. An AC for about $5,000.
Yeah. But yeah, we had but it was like 2.5 days of having house guests that wouldn't leave.
Mhm.
Having texts in and out, and finally at 4:30 Monday afternoon, they decided, well, the factory said just go ahead and replace it.
Mhm.
And so at 7:30 that night, they got it installed, finished, and they were left. And I felt bad because we were starving. We'd gone all day without eating. And finally, we got some AC running, and it actually cooled down in no time. And but thank God it wasn't as hot as it has been.
Yeah, if you could have timed it for this week, it'd been even better.
Well, I said, why couldn't it wait a week? Is what it is. So
So college football kicked off full steam
Finally.
this weekend.
finally,
Some folks liked the results of the weekend,
Mhm.
and some folks didn't care for the results of the weekend. But I want to talk about Auburn's place kicker, Alex McPherson, who missed most of last season because he had irritable bowel syndrome.
Mm.
So bad that he lost like 50 pounds and had to stay in the hospital. Well, I didn't find out until yesterday's show that back in December, he had a large section of his colon removed
really.
to help with that. And it started acting up on him again about a week and a half ago. He's dropped 20 pounds in the last 2 weeks.
How old of a guy is he?
This would be his junior year, so 20.
About 20.
Yeah, but they said it was the most acute case
That's
of
young.
irritable bowel syndrome they had ever seen worldwide.
Mhm.
And now he's battling ulcerative colitis,
Hmm.
which is an effect of having the colon removed. But went out there 2 for 2 on extra points and made his only field goal try. And stuff like that is way more important to me than the outcomes of game. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the time you don't think of a kicker as being a dog or a football player. But for him overcoming what he has, he's a dog. That kind of stuff is
Requires-
why I watch college football.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's so young for something like that.
Yeah.
Drastic to happen to a young.
Yeah.
kid.
Now his older brother is the place kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals, who his rookie year kicked the Bengals all the way to the Super Bowl. That was the year that he had like 7 game-winning kicks
Mhm.
that got them all the way to the Super Bowl. And so he comes from a family of good kickers, but I did not know about him having part of his large intestine removed surgically, which is what I went through.
Yeah.
That's what ultimately got me back on my feet, is they cut out 5 feet of my colon.
Mhm.
So whereas you have 15, I got 10 now. But I'm still alive and kicking. So
Yes, you are.
yeah, I messaged him on Twitter, letting him know that, you know, I'd been through the same thing, and that as soon as I got back on my feet, I competed in the World Food Championships 2 years in a row, finished in the top 40 out of 500 chefs. So life is not over.
No.
And before he, you know, the setback a couple weeks ago, he was booming them through for 55, 60 yards, just like he was before he got sick. That was incredible. His freshman year, he was the only kicker in America who did not miss a single kick. And field goal or extra points. Like, well, how many field goals did he kick? I think it was like 20. Well, were any of them long? Yes. 5 of them were over 45. 3 of them were over 50. He didn't miss a single kick. And then last year he made 3 field goal attempts and missed 2 of them because he was just so sick. So
Wow.
it was good to see him come back and have some semblance
Back
of
on his feet, so to
normalcy.
speak.
Yeah, some sense of normalcy. Because at full health, he's a lock for the NFL. He will kick a long time in the NFL. And a great young man. And you know, with football season, that means food season too.
Well, you know, yeah, I was going to ask you. Auburn has a hospitality program.
Yes, they do.
And does that include gastronomics, culinary? I know they have.
Oh, yeah.
I know they have some restaurants up there.
Yeah, some of the best restaurants in the state are part of the University of Auburn, like Acre.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the Italian restaurant.
Right there in Auburn.
Yeah, that is just
I've
on
been there.
campus. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
I can't remember the name. They have an Italian restaurant that's on par with anything in New York. Just phenomenal. Our friend Sarah Lubitz worked there for a while, and she only worked there in the spring. She was smart and got out before football season started. But she said that 8A game in the spring, it was unreal how busy we were. And they said, yeah, there's like 5 times as many people in town for
Origins?
Yes, Aricia. One of the best Italian restaurants in the
Mhm.
country and affiliated
They
with
used to, a
Auburn
long time ago,
University.
they used to buy wine from me.
Yeah.
And I had to deliver it up there.
Oh, lucky you. A beautiful area.
Well, I just made a trip out of it. And,
Yeah.
And go on to Atlanta and stay with a friend, you
Yeah.
know, and try some new wines up there. And I always go by the Eagle Cage, go by and see the Eagles because I love them.
Yeah, well, their Raptor Center has been, see, there's more to college than just football,
Oh,
than
absolutely.
just sports. And Auburn's Raptor Center is if you find a hawk or an osprey or an eagle in the wild injured, they're going to send it to Auburn. Because if there's any chance of healing it and getting it back into the wild, they're the ones to do it.
Yeah.
They're just great. And that's a lot of the times the war eagles that we use are those that can never return to the wild, that something happened psychologically or what have you, that they would just never have the edge they need to survive. And that's where we keep the war eagles from.
And another thing, folks, if you do find any animal that's injured, the environmental study centers
Right.
out on
They have a Raptor Center.
Kirby
as well.
Road, they do. And when I was in Boy Scouting, we used to go in there periodically and clean out the raptor cage.
Yeah.
And straighten it up and put some new limbs in for them. And it's a nice sized cage. Some of them are missing wings.
Mhm.
Some of them are missing their maybe a talon or two. 251-343-0106
Is a number you might as well not even bother calling.
Just text us.
Yeah, text us about Texas.
Like William Belforte did. We got some birthdays.
Okay, cool.
K9 changed everything.
Mentioned something about my nephew.
Confident, calm, and actually listened. Totally worth every penny.
Waller K9's Camp Pup, where good dogs learn great behavior. Behind the Elephant in Theodore at WallerK9.com. Football is back. And if you're like me, you know the games are already exciting, but when you add Underdog, the action goes to another level. Underdog is the best place to play all season long, and yes, you can play right now at Alabama. It's simple. You just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats, like touchdowns, passing yards, or interceptions. Get your entries right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash, starting with as little as $1. I've been playing on Underdog for over a year now. What I love is they've got all the games I care about. Alabama, Auburn, South Alabama, they're all there. Once you create an entry, you can watch the stats update live in the app, so you know instantly.
You know anybody from Columbia, South Carolina?
The ones you wouldn't normally watch. So download the
Not
Underdog app
Columbia.
today. And sign
That
up with
is a-
promo code Dalton.
A road game that y'all have this year. If I can find somebody, I'd like to have them come on and talk about. I bet Columbia's a cool city. South Carolina as a state is a phenomenal state. Birthplace of shrimp and grits, mustard barbecue sauce. Yeah, Charleston. Sean Brock, Husk. He had a. You would like Sean Brock and the way he thinks, Mike. He had a laboratory in Charleston just for creating new vintages. They had created over 200 vintages that had nothing to do with wine, using other liquids to make them. He also did a nacho. He was asking this guy who delivered his chicken one day, he goes, all this boneless, skinless chicken breast, what do y'all do with the skin? He goes, "Oh, we sell it to like dog food, cat food makers, people that make chicken stock. Could I buy it? Sure. They brought it in fresh, and they would lay it out on sheet pan, put another sheet pan on top with parchment paper and wait, get it in the oven to get it crispy. And when you ordered your nachos, they do it in the fryer to crispy it up and finish it. And the chicken skin was the tortilla chips for your nachos.
I've seen chicken skins. Rouse at one time was selling Chinese companies making
What you really need
chicken
is
skin,
a new start on your back taxes.
chips.
If you're
At
faced
one
with
time, but they were
audits,
expensive though.
audits or years of
There's a
unfiled tax
thing
returns,
in Asia called prawn
get
chips.
you the new start you
It's made
deserve.
with like shrimps and
Call
prawns. They just dry it out and grind it and mix it in with a little flour. And it basically is the texture of like bugles or munchies, but it tastes like seafood. Really good friend, a guy I worked with, Domino's in the 80s, who was from Malaysia, was the only thing you ever saw him eat. And he was about 5'2", maybe 95 pounds. He always had a big bag of prawn chips. Going on.
Let the professionals at Coast One Financial Group find
Call
to
in.
get you the new start.
I can't see what they're saying, Mike. It's on the other side.
Well, somebody named Stuart Donald writes touchdown Auburn.
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm just trying to. That's on the YouTube thing. If we comment, it pumps us up in the algorithm. So that's why you say controversial things in social media. It's because the comments help you out in the algorithm.
Oh, yeah.
What is it, man?
Hey, well,
Hey, how you doing?
hey, just get a few things out of the way. Today is National Trail Mix Day. You like going
I like
hiking?
granola.
You
Yeah,
like granola?
yeah. Trail mix is similar. It
Mhm.
usually has more carbohydrates in it. Chocolate is a big part of it. Raisins, stuff like that. The point of trail mix is when you are hiking.
Mhm.
And when I say hiking, I don't mean going out to a park for an hour and walking around the woods. I'm talking that's your mode of transportation. You're starting here, 7 miles from now, you're going to set up a camp.
Yeah.
You burn through a lot of calories.
Mhm.
Average calorie ingestion when you're on the trail should be upwards of about 3,500 or more. because you're going to burn that much. Trail mix was a way to get a lot of carbohydrates packed into a small amount that was tasty. And then the nuts part of it is the other thing you need when you're hiking, long distance hiking like that, it's protein.
Yeah.
And nuts are a great source of that kind of protein.
There you go.
So that's where trail mix came from. So go on with your trail mix.
And
story.
so trail mix, generally when you're hiking, you're outside.
Mhm.
Well, today happens to be eat outside day too.
Okay.
Eat outside. I love to eat outside with
Yeah.
squirrels and the raccoons and the
Yeah,
flies.
the last two times you and I
love
went to a
bugs.
place that was really busy, we ended up sitting
And
outside.
it's-
And it was,
outside.
especially Bob B Cafe, we had that.
Oh, that was
breeze.
great. That
Yeah.
was great.
But for those who don't know, Mike tried a chain restaurant recently and loved it.
Yeah.
We went to Cava, which is very healthy food. And if their food was like any other Mediterranean restaurant in town, I would go to another Mediterranean.
I love their chips. Those
Yeah,
chips were
Those
delicious.
pita chips, yeah.
Yeah, pita chips were delicious.
But that wasn't like any other Mediterranean restaurant you've been to, was it?
No, what?
Right, exactly. That's why I went there. But it's very healthy, and they found the secret to making healthy food delicious.
It was really good.
Lots of flavor. But go
I
ahead
enjoyed
with your days.
I
on the
enjoyed
road.
it. Enjoyed it.
It's called bowls.
Yeah,
Bowls.
Bowls, man, that's the greatest invention.
Yeah, absolutely. I like cereal bowls. Can't-
Crunch.
Yeah. Got a few birthdays
Go for it.
tomorrow.
Never heard of them.
Cole Hodges.
Ah,
Tomorrow's Cole
That's-
Hodges'
that's a
birthday.
fine family right there.
Love him.
Mhm.
Great family. And Cole, I dealt with him some. He would bring us some barbecue ribs. He would bring us ribs to the
Mhm.
brick pit from Hall's Sausage and Wholesale Meats. So Cole, happy birthday,
and you
buddy.
know, Butch Cassidy sells their pork chops on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Happy birthday, Cole.
And all the Halls
I-
family.
I'd like to know what I'm gonna ask your mama what she's gonna cook you for your birthday. She'll probably cook it. No, tomorrow's Labor Day.
Yeah.
So Deborah can cook him some breakfast.
Even accountants are off tomorrow.
That's it. Yeah. Expect a great breakfast and lunch and dinner tomorrow, Cole, from your mama.
With lots of Halls.
Anyway.
sausage.
And some guy, she's Tuesday, his birthday, Phil Bush.
Huh.
Phil Bush. Where's that name sound familiar?
Lead singer from the rock band Bush.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, our own Phil Bush is birthday.
Screen.
He looks,
Yeah, screener
looks-
extraordinaire.
he looks like he's still in his 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
But did you
He's
know
actually
he's
182 years old.
172?
70.
Missed it by 10 years.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So he's 10 years younger than you.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm a little older, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something coming to town that I'm proud of. Let me boast and brag a little bit about
All day.
my nephew. My nephew started a brewery in Charleston, South Carolina,
So bringing us samples.
and
You want to be on the show?
the brand has grown,
Mhm.
and it's coming to Alabama.
What's
And-
the name? Do you know?
Well, I'm about to tell you.
Oh, okay.
So it's a story about it.
It's a secret.
Him and his uncle's like they're close in age, I believe. They're very close growing up, and so his uncle decided to become a monk.
Okay.
Wants to become a monk, and then he decided this ain't for me. So when he became a monk, everybody called him Munkle.
Yeah. I had a friend that used to call his uncle Munkle, and it was short for my uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is, became a monk. It was his uncle, became a
Monk.
monk. So anyway, he gets out, they open a brewery, and they call it Munkle Brewery.
Yeah.
Well, Munkle is coming to town, coming to Alabama. It's going to be distributed all over Alabama. International Wines and Beers is going to carry it.
Okay.
And the general manager of the Admiral downtown, they know my nephew because they're from all those folks are from Charleston,
Right.
and they would sit around and drink his Pilsner. He
Mm.
said he's got an incredible Pilsner.
I like a good pill.
I hadn't had a Pilsner in I don't know when, but I'm going to now.
Better than an IPA.
I have found, like Red Clay Brewery, I don't know if it's around anymore, they had a Hefeweizen that tasted better, and that's up right there around Auburn, Opelika.
Right.
They were out of Opelika. They had a Hefeweizen that was better than any I had from Germany.
If you ever get to Lincoln, Nebraska, try the Boulevard. wheat,
Mm-hmm.
which is the local Hefeweizen. That's what everyone in Lincoln, Nebraska drinks. It was terrific.
Yeah,
It
okay.
was absolutely
If I ever get
delicious.
up there.
Yeah.
By the way, the Red Clay Brewery is still open.
It is still open. I never see anything about it. But it was fantastic on draft. And when at the place there,
The
beer
thing
garden,
with
the beer garden,
the
had it
thing
on
with the
draft.
stuff.
Yeah, they had like 3 or 4 Hefeweizens
Yeah.
there. But anyway, I've got to try this Pilsner because I've never been a big fan of Pilsners. But the general manager told me that they were putting it in the living room, which is part of
The Admiral Hotel.
the Admiral.
That's the bar.
Mhm, that's the bar. So he said, yeah, this is going on. It's going in there. So I was proud to see that.
Excellent.
But happy for my
On having
nephew.
a-
He's going to be coming to town. Maybe we can get him on the show
Absolutely.
and sample. Yeah, it's better to sample after 11 than
Right,
it is
right.
after 8 a.m. in the morning like we used to.
Samples.
That's all I have for now.
Steve missed it. When Angels Envy whiskey first started, Steve, they sent me a bottle of bourbon to try on air. And that was the smoothest bourbon. I don't know if you remember it, Mike, but there's almost no burn. It's a dangerous bourbon. It is so good.
I like
So
the slow fizz.
This was just straight bourbon.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Sneak up on you.
But Steve missed the days when alcohol people thought enough of us that they sent us free booze.
Well, remember when we brought up Poor Baby song?
Yeah,
and
we had
Annie
Back
and-
40 Brewing come in here too.
Yeah, and Poor Babies came in and made mimosas and Bloody Marys.
So what happened? Why did you stop?
We haven't invited anybody.
COVID.
Yeah,
We got it to where we couldn't have people inside the studio. So
Well, we could now, but
we just,
Yeah, I need to get back on the ball and get that going again.
oh, it's not like we don't tell everybody, hey, you ought to bring some of that on the show so we can get drunk. I mean, so that we can sample it.
well, we'll get my nephew on here. We'll try to get,
Yeah.
or get somebody from International Wines on here.
Yeah. Well, Seth Detling is, did
He's
you
been
have
on
him
there.
on when I was in the hospital?
Yeah, sure did.
Which is another one, Stephen, is, didn't they come out with a rye?
Probably did.
I think they came out with a rye and that I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Oh, they did.
really gotten into rye whiskey. It's really good. And then I know a
Or
lot
he
of
got
people,
into you.
but I also know a lot of people that just won't go anywhere near rye.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't like it, or I don't know what the deal is. I don't know enough about it, but some
I
people
liked
say
it.
it doesn't. I enjoy it.
At the Bourbon by the Bay last
Yeah.
year, I had several rides I tried.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be at the that big old thing that sits empty a lot down there.
Oh, the Maritime Museum.
It's
Yeah.
going to house Jimmy Buffett Museum.
Oh, is that what they're going to do?
Yeah. Mhm.
Anything's
One
better.
floor of it's going to be Jimmy Buffett Museum.
Yeah. Now, I have not been downtown lately. Have you driven by the statues of the
It
Hall of
looks
Fame?
beautiful.
It's
It's amazing.
yeah. I need to get down there and take a look because, Bobo Brazil, the only football player that got a statue out there, his boy or nephew Joe worked for me at Lucky, has worked for me at Belisara Gardens. Got a lot of respect for Joe, and we called him Big Joe.
Mhm.
And then I saw a family portrait and found out he's the runt of the family.
I tell you who else they need to put down there. It shouldn't only just be sports figures.
Well, it should be for the sports
the
recognition.
The gentleman who created the Super Soaker is from Mobile. And wouldn't that be a great statue of him, sitting there with a Super Soaker in
I
his
think that one
hand?
belongs at Mardi Gras Park, don't you?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be a better place. Hey, folks, we're going to take a break, but we'll be back.
We will.
I think Danny Calametti text or on your Facebook.
Oh,
Celebrate the great outdoors every Saturday morning at 7 with FM Talk 106.5.
Danny Calametti,
Brought to you in part
did you get his on?
Yeah, I was gonna let Stu read it. My eyes are blurry this morning.
Listen to FM
On
Talk.
Facebook.
you're not used to sobriety.
FM Talk 106.5, the Gulf Coast Weather Authority, and Dr. Bill Williams.
Those can expect partly cloudy skies today with a few showers and thunderstorms. High temperatures will be in the mid-80s. Tonight, just isolated showers and thunderstorms.
Rain
around
culinary
70.
center.
And for Monday, partly cloudy with a few showers and thunderstorms. The highs in the mid-80s. This is meteorologist Dr.
I know who paid for that Rain Culinary Center. The yellow fella himself.
Enjoy sunsets and live music this summer at Dolphin Island. The Sunday Sunset Concerts at historic Fort Gaines. This weekend, see Rebecca Berry and us. $5 per person.
So my son's in California, Monterey, out to Carmel.
Northern California, yeah. Carmel. Which, by the way, is what Fairhope was patterned after.
It's like a small, but anyway, they're watching the sea lions this morning.
Well, you've done that before, haven't you, Mark?
I've seen some sea lions in, at Santa Monica Pier. And they were like putting on a show for us, man. They were funny. But I was amazed at the trash in the water.
Yeah.
I was like, that's sad.
Well, now you know why they charge you 5 cents for every bag of targets. We're trying to keep it out of the water.
I
It makes a lot more sense.
don't throw my bags in the, I recycle.
Do you know where all of those come from? They come from people throwing them away in parking lots.
Oh, yeah, they get the
Parking lots
storm
get-
drains.
Yeah, because I used to be one of those. I was like, the parking lot is a proper trash receptacle. Because the trucks.
So I have a question
Look,
before we come back. I just have a quick question.
Friends to celebrate a decade of discovery at the National Maritime Museum on
Okay.
Water Street, downtown Mobile.
Did you see
When we
this?
get back on the air, what? Okay.
And the core.
The kid from that team picked a fight, the Michigan guy.
He's bigger than him.
I think he's trying to keep from getting a flag.
Who's that Barstool guy? Did you see him yesterday?
Which one? You see, there's a
one.
Barstool account for every college team.
But the guy who started Barstool. Huh? He's banned from going inside the horseshoe. Because he said Michigan's a better team. He's down on Ohio State, so they wouldn't let him in. They'd let him on campus to be on Fox Sports, but they won't allow him in the stadium. So he had a T-shirt that says Michigan's a better team on TV.
Better cheat than right?
Talk 1065.
Love us some Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah. Hey, did you eat anything particularly festive to celebrate the football weekend?
Hamburgers.
I had a large pepperoni pizza,
Okay.
an extra large pepperoni pizza. I had it for dinner during the game Saturday night. Then I had some for lunch yesterday during y'all's game. Then I had some for dinner last night during LSU's game. I just got one big pizza and made it last the weekend, basically.
What all you put on
got it
yours?
from, or if you made it yourself?
Walmart.
Walmart.
You know the
What'd
big
you
ones
get?
they got right when you walk in the deli?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
What'd
one.
you get?
Pepperoni.
Oh, just pepperoni?
Yeah. The finest pizza ever made? Yeah.
Man, see, I
I like doing lots of different stuff on pizza, but nothing is better than just a pepperoni.
Lots of cheese.
I like all the stuff on it.
I like all the stuff,
I like everything
Occasionally.
on it.
but it
and then-
doesn't taste better than just plain pepperoni.
And I'll go down to Pizzeria Delfina,
Mhm.
Richie Gambino's place.
Yeah.
And I'll go in and get me 2 slices of pizza, that thin crust.
Yeah.
Like a cracker on the bottom. And they'll put me whatever I want on it. And I usually get sausage and pepperoni and cheese
Everything you don't need.
and onions and bell peppers.
Get the vegetables, and
mushrooms.
then you don't need as much of the meat. But it was a football celebration. I just wanted meat. I prefer a pepperoni to a meat lovers. I'd
Mhm.
rather just have pepperoni than all, especially when the Canadian bacon / ham does not taste bad on a pizza. If you want ham on a pizza that bad, use prosciutto. It's actually Italian.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah. But especially the Canadian bacon just tastes like metal. It tastes
Yeah,
like
just-
chewing tinfoil.
Yeah, just don't, especially if
Not
you're gonna
good.
put pineapple on your pizza, don't put the Canadian bacon on it.
If you're
I
smart,
love
you don't.
Canadian bacon. I really do. That's just me though.
But there's nothing Hawaiian about Canadian bacon and a fruit that they have never
It's the
consumed in
simplest
Hawaii.
way to sell it. That's the only reason.
Yeah. That's what kills me about that is there's nothing Asian on the sauce. The ham comes from Canada, and pineapple is grown in Hawaii, but they don't eat it. It's not indigenous.
Hmm.
So
I guess
it's
it's the
just-
easiest way to sell it. You know?
Mhm.
but it's much better if you add jalapenos to it.
If you put pork on it, and, you know, put a luau type thing on it.
Spam.
Yeah.
Spam is what goes on there. That's Hawaiian.
There's some bologna on it.
And now your phone's like that. Everybody's getting messages right now but me. I'm glad to be alone.
Well, I'm getting messages because my grandson Cass got his tonsils taken out this week.
Oh.
So that leads me to a question for you.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I know you're not doctors or anything, but what?
I've never played one in a movie either.
He's living off butter noodles, applesauce, popsicles, and sherbet, right?
Sounds like a great diet to me.
All soft foods, I guess.
Yeah, mashed like the instant mashed potatoes.
He wants a chili dog. I
Uh,
don't recommend it after raw.
Not right now.
No,
give it a week.
yeah. They say 10 days.
Was he a child or adult?
He is 11? No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, but still not an adult.
Yeah.
Because for people who don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I learned this because I had a friend who was an adult with tonsils. You will struggle with strep throat your entire life if you have tonsils when you're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
It is
That's been part of the problem. Is he every year, every fall, he comes back to school and strep, bam.
I went out with a girl on one date when I was in college.
That one time.
And he gave her strep.
No.
She
It
gave
was
him-
just one of those.
She gave him something else.
No, it was one of those where we just realized we're better off as friends. But she was gorgeous. I was not. But she found out she had to break up with her previous boyfriend because she found out not only was she highly susceptible to strep, but he was one of these people that was always carrying strep.
Oh, man.
She said, so if we were together, I was sick constantly.
Mm.
So he was one of those that never showed symptoms,
He's a carrier.
always had it.
Carrier, yeah.
And she
Wow.
was highly susceptible, even though she'd had her tonsils removed.
Hmm.
And she said even without her
Well,
tonsils, she got it 3 or 4 times a year when they quit dating.
Hmm.
She always had it when they were dating. That's
Okay,
weird.
kids, the lesson in this, the takeaway is just don't.
So-
mess.
So is there a
Date the fat bald guy.
is there a progression, like you go from the mashed potatoes and the ice cream and popsicles?
No ice cream.
No ice cream?
No ice cream. It used
That's
to
the
be-
first
my
thing
mom
I
was
had
right
when I had
there.
mine.
Yeah, well, it used to be, you watch MASH and Radar got.
Probably the temperature makes the muscles constrict or something.
I'm not sure. But sherbet, you would think.
It's the
not
same
as cold.
temperature.
Yeah. Maybe it's different.
Maybe it's too much sugar, too much cream.
That's what I was.
Yeah, because the sherbet is ice cream mixed with fruit juice.
Yeah.
So it's not as thick.
Got the cream and
No
sugar.
gelato or anything?
Right,
Or
right.
gelato.
Ooh.
That's good stuff.
Anyway, thank you. I appreciate it.
So that was the
That
question.
was my question, yeah.
Oh.
Danny Calamari was supposed to text in or go you on Facebook.
What is-
Oh, what he was talking about was Mike took the computer away, so I can't see it.
I thought you were.
But he was talking when we were talking about Auburn's culinary program. Danny says, "Hey guys, speaking of Auburn's culinary highlights, Auburn chef Ben Rogan, okay, I can't scream, from the Depot, won the Alabama seafood competition this year and represented the state in New Orleans." He also goes on to say, and this little thing on campus called the Rain Culinary Center, which I'm guessing is funded by Jimmy Raines, the yellow fella, is a world-class, all-in-one hospitality and culinary institute. Oh, and hey, Kim from Ocean Springs.
Love Ocean Springs, Kim.
Love Kim. She was awesome. We worked together at Hertz years ago.
Oh, okay.
The beautiful hippie. Dude, she had the longest blonde hair and just as cool as she could be. And she, about my age, not your age.
No, probably not mine.
Yeah, because hippies didn't
Nobody's
come along
your
till
age.
you were in your 40s. But she was a good friend that we worked together at Hertz. So glad to see you on here. And
Yes,
love at Ocean Springs.
we do love Ocean Springs. There's a whole bunch of places I want to go back. We were just talking about this on the way
Yeah.
to the studio this
Mike
morning.
needs a road trip.
I need a road trip, and I need to get back to Ocean Springs and Biloxi.
You can Venmo him money. Well, in his case, probably the first one. You can Venmo him money to that, or
I
you
wanna
can pay
create
for
that
Mike
now.
and I both to take the train to New Orleans.
I want to create that. now.
We will. We will take
I need a money maker right there, but
We will accept Venmo to send us to New Orleans on the train to report back to y'all what it's like. Roy had the muffalata from the train. He, one of our bartenders at Butch's took the train with her husband to try it out. Brought him one of the muffalatas from the train. I have not heard from Roy how it was. He just said, "I'm gonna take this home, put it in the air fryer." And I went, "Oh, so not sharing, huh?" Nope.
by the way, 0319, thank you for your text. She or he had lunch at Bob's Diner and Greer's Buffet downtown last week, and he thought it was awesome and wanted to thank you guys.
Love Bob's, man. Love Bob's.
Bob's is
The man.
badass.
Well, Tony is the man.
He's the man.
Yeah.
I miss Bob's because I don't live downtown anymore, but
You got a vehicle, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I actually still have a vehicle downtown. I got to go get it. I got nowhere to park it at my house.
You park it at my house.
I may park it at the office.
You can park it at my house.
You-
I've got a collection of cars that don't run at my house.
Are they up on blocks?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Hey, the Fusion's great as long as you don't need a transmission. New tires.
Nice.
Mike saw, he dropped me off. A friend of mine, his son had a Prius, and someone ran a stop sign and T-boned it.
Ooh.
And so
Not much left.
his son's mom bought him a new car.
Hmm.
And they just, his mom and stepdad just looked at Kevin and said, "You want it to tinker with?" And Kevin's like, "Sure." And he drove it for about 2 or 3 years, and the hybrid battery went out
Mhm.
and fried the electrical system. So when he finally got a new hybrid battery put back in, there's no telling what it's going to do. And he was letting me borrow it, and it just won't crank now.
Mhm.
Everything lights up. And Kevin goes, "I don't know what this hybrid stuff, man." I said, "Cars I grew up working on, you could fix with pliers and a flathead screwdriver."
Yeah, that's right.
He said, "I need a computer degree to do this." And I said, "Don't you have a computer degree?" He goes, "Yeah, just an associate's." He said, you need a master's to work on these."
Happy Sunday to you, Patty Clark,
Patty Clark, hello.
Patty Cakes.
Yeah. So Mike saw it and went, "What is that?" Because the doors are still crushed on the passenger side. You can't, they don't open and close. And I said, "That is the festering pimple." That is what I nicknamed the car when my buddy got me.
The new Prius is wider and looks nicer. That thin Prius is the one that everybody thought was just so nice.
Those, your entry-level cars are disposable.
Yeah.
Don't get mad if you buy a brand new Ford Focus and it breaks down at 65,000 miles, because it's not supposed to last more
The
than that.
original Camry.
Sure.
if you
The
looked at
Nissan
original
Versa.
Camry,
A real vehicle.
It was a
Yeah,
itty bitty
but
truck.
if you can't,
Pickup truck.
but if you can't afford a real vehicle,
But even the Toyotas, the Toyota Tundra was a itty bitty truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, what-
Pocket truck.
yeah, the Nissan Versa is probably the worst car built in the world right now. That's their entry level. They say it usually dies at about 45,000 miles.
Yeah.
But it's also a $13,000 car, brand new. You get what you pay for. Don't, when the average cost of a car is $40,000 and you buy a brand new one for $16,000, don't get mad when it breaks down.
Explain a Fiat then.
Yeah.
Little bitty thing you paid $60,000-$70,000 for. Why?
Because it's an import.
They need to teach it to swim.
Do y'all remember when France had an official car called the Lemon?
Yeah.
The French Lemon? God, they were ugly. They broke down a lot. But there was somebody in Sims that had one, and it drive by our bus stop when I was a kid. I'm just like, why would you buy that?
How'd we
What
get
am
off
I sipping to when we thought just a
French Lemon?
lemon?
Did I not just say lemon? Jeez, Steve. Like the woke police over here, man.
I wanted to get me one of them Yugos a long time ago. The Russia had.
We had
You don't go very far.
we had a guy at Domino's that delivered one of those. We had two people. One of them was a girl, and but the dude that drove one was like 6'3", 350 pounds, and he took up the entire car. And in it, with him in it, it never went over 40 miles an hour.
You more the back wind?
he was too much weight. They broke, but again, that was an entry-level vehicle.
Sounds like my college car. And
Yeah.
that's a Pinto.
Yeah, when,
You couldn't
they're
get
funny.
that thing
Here,
to go
here.
down. You just couldn't get that thing to go downhill.
Well, folks, we're gonna take another break. Mike cannot figure out what to do, not giving a phone number.
You can still text us
Yeah.
at 251-343-0106.
Or don't. We don't care.
What comes on that cheeseburger, Steve?
Mobile is such a great place. I've had
Meat, cheese, it's meat. That's it.
I'm sure you have some great memories. You remember
Ultimate cheeseburger.
Stu is wrapped up today, buddy. He's wild up tight.
Sharks.
I haven't been out of the house in 2 days.
You what?
I didn't have to work Friday. It's
No.
first time I've
You don't work tomorrow.
I haven't seen a human being since Friday morning.
Remember when the Dewdrop hot dog was less than
Whew.
Of course. I also remember when
I think I'll
newspaper
talk
every day
about,
for 50 cents.
The new Delta's farm when I come back. It's a subject I'm sure is near and
Years on 48, never had strip. Well, I'm 62 and I don't think I've ever had strip. You don't keep that.
well, you know what? I'm 57 and never had cancer.
Only 30 cents a day. So you.
But don't mean I won't.
Absolutely.
Means
It
I've been
was always
lucky
the first
so
time,
far.
my mom said. It was the first time for everything.
My,
I had cancer.
My best friend had a son who was practicing. He was going to a pool party in 8th grade. And he wanted to impress the girl whose birthday it was. So he was working on a really dangerous dive.
Oh, no.
And his dad said, I don't want you doing that dive. You're going to break your neck. And he goes, I've done it like 30 times and nothing's happened. And I said, every time you do it and nothing happens, it gets you one time closer to when you do it and something does happen.
Increases the chances of winning.
Heritage for the Blind is an IRS recognized
Who is the, you said the Rain Center, is that RAN or REN?
Yeah, Jimmy Rain, who was, if you've seen the commercials for Yellowwood,
Oh, okay.
it may be RA.
RANE.
Yeah.
Tony and Liver Rains.
Yeah.
RANE, Culinary Science Center.
Jimmy Raines is the only billionaire in the state of Alabama, and he's on the board of trustees at Auburn. That has tampered in our coaching hires a few times.
Dang, that is a big freaking deal now. That's towering above the whole campus.
That campus is
Ooh.
so much.
Experts all agree that by reading with your child every day, you can spark their imagination and empower their early education.
Dolly's Imagination Library is dedicated.
Andy needs to arrange for us to go up there and take a tour of it, doesn't he, Mike?
Sounds like it to me.
Well, it's going to be like that Nalpy Center we went to in New Orleans. It was unbelievable.
ImaginationLibrary.com.
The World Food Championships did their final table a couple of years ago, Steve, in New Orleans. They held it in the Nalpy, which is the New Orleans wine and food. It's a museum and a culinary school sponsored by the restaurants in New Orleans. They were the ones who won it.
Wow.
It's unreal. The tables the kids have to work on are $2,000 booze blocks, butcher blocks that are the size of an 8x4 table. Just unreal.
Well, that makes sense.
Mike took a nap there.
That Auburn has culinary school.
Good nap,
When you
too.
say something about the guy who was at Auburn games once, you have a friend that did all the football games.
Oh, John Gibson.
John
Yeah.
Gibson.
Yeah, he's in Georgia now running the resort.
All right, we're back, and this segment, last segment was cars, and
Well, this segment, I want to talk about the new episode of Delta Safari that'll drop tomorrow night.
I was going to ask you what's
Because
going
it
on
is
lately there.
highly involved in our industry.
Mm.
It is a deep dive into the Dixie Mafia,
Oh,
which I'm sure was a lot of your drinking buddies.
whatever.
That
At the Dixie Club.
yeah, it started in Phoenix City, Alabama, when Phoenix City was called the wickedest town in America.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of horrible stuff went down there. And eventually, the governor of Alabama sent National Guard in and took over the city with martial law because the entire city government was infiltrated with Dixie Mafia. Then they moved to Biloxi, and that was where they were most of the 60s and 70s until the 80s. They offed a lot of people they shouldn't have, and it got the feds involved.
Mm-hmm.
They were active in Mobile. There was a press register entertainment editor who was killed in Government Street, downtown, shotgun blast.
I knew his widow.
And they just think he stumbled onto something he shouldn't have. And it is thought now that the Dixie Mafia put a hit for something. And so it's going to go that. But they weren't as active in Mobile because we had Ray Bridges as our sheriff. And you may not like Ray Bridges, but he was as straight and narrow as there's ever been. He did not tolerate any kind of graft. And he would go to war with the Dixie Mafia, and they pretty much understood, you don't mess with Mobile, and Ray Bridges doesn't mess with us. They were as scared of him as most people were of the Dixie Mafia. Because he didn't hesitate, drive across the state line, walk into the sheriff's office of the Mississippi sheriff and put the handcuffs on him in his own office. He was that kind of guy. So, I mean, they still operated here. So it's connected to Mobile, but they really were more active in Biloxi, Phoenix City, Memphis. They were big in Memphis. Birmingham, they were huge. And it was just interesting to go back through it and look through the judges and sheriffs and mayors that they had in their pocket and all the forms of intimidation they had. So we're going to take a look at it. Like I said, this a big part of the bar industry on the Gulf Coast in the 60s and 70s was run by the Dixie Mafia, especially Biloxi. It was, and Mike probably misses those too.
Was there any kind of connection to Prohibition in that?
No, they didn't come along till well after Prohibition. Okay. It is described as a loosely associated confederation of criminals. Mm-hmm. And they did not have hierarchy like in the mob and all of that, but the mob was scared of them. Oh, wow. The mob wouldn't mess with them. And then they would work with them, but they employed things from the Black Hand. They employed things from Capone's, the 5 Italian families. Any methods that they saw of theirs that were effective, they would take them and use them. So I think it'll be kind of interesting. I hit on Biloxi, Phoenix City, some Mobile stuff, some Birmingham stuff.
Oh, you've already got
this? Yeah.
Producing and releasing. Okay.
Yeah, it'll release tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.
Nice.
And it was interesting to go through and start research. And all of this stuff that I do history-wise, I do a good deal of research. I've been working on this one for the idea hit me about 2 months ago. I started really researching it about 3 weeks ago. And I don't have any sources other than what's available online and what my father or my sister-in-law, who was a dispatcher at Mobile City, because I messaged her about Arch. That was his first name was Arch B. I can forget that. But to see what she remembered of that. And she just said, not much other than they were pretty sure the Dixie Mafia.
Now, that's obviously such a deep subject that it's a dark secret, so you wouldn't have something you just walk into the library and go, hey, you got to.
Well, you would now because they're not around anymore. In the 80s, they and this happened while I was going to school over in Mississippi on the Gulf Coast. Mm-hmm. They assassinated a judge and his wife. And that brought the weight of the FBI down on top of it. And they, at that point, after that assassination, the FBI came in and just busted up the entire thing. That they had less and less local law enforcement in their pocket. So local law enforcement started working more with the FBI, and they eventually brought it down. Interesting. And
folks, where can they find all your segments on Delta Safari? Because I know you did a real interesting one on Massacre Island. About Dolphin
on
Island,
YouTube or TikTok, both of them are at Delta Safari Show. And I just did my first lengthy one on TikTok, which was actually this one. You can go view it on TikTok, but it's that narrower thing.
But you did one on Fort Mims too, didn't you?
And it was actually on the entire Creek War.
Okay.
Which started at Burnt Corn Creek. In school, we were started at Fort Mims. That was a lie. They knew it was a lie when they taught it to us. Fort Mims was retaliation for an unprovoked attack on Creeks eating lunch in a place called Burnt Corn Creek, which is near Atmore. And the creek is there, but they have never yet discovered where on the creek that it happened. And what's funny is they surprise attacked the creeks. The militia did. You know what they did? What they had a problem with? These natives had exercised their constitutional right to bear and keep arms. So they sent the military to kill them for that.
Wow.
And it happened at Buckhorn Creek, and then a month later they retaliated.
And what year was that?
Oh, geez, 13. It was during the War of 1812.
They still haven't became quote citizens. They were still reserved for reservations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly why they were still quote.
Well, this was
citizens.
pre-reservation time. The Creeks sided with Andrew Jackson in the 1812 War of 1812. The Cherokees did, and to thank them for it, the first thing that the American government did was take 20 million acres away from the state of Alabama.
Yeah. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Thanks for your help, guys. We won our war. Now we're taking half your state. It was not good, but yeah, that's a story that has stuck with me since the first time I went to the Fort Mims site, and when we're standing there looking at it, my dad
I still have been.
he said, well, it's much better now. It was just woods back then. There's an actual fort there now. They do reenactments, but my dad said we were the bad guys at this, meaning Americans. He said,
Well,
we were
the immigration thing. We all need to be kicked out.
yeah, there's a number of TikToks of Native Americans, Cherokees going, hey, if you're going to kick out all the immigrants, y'all got to go too.
Right. Now,
I saw something on TV the other day, and this reminds me of it. We were taught in school that the Indians taught Americans how to plant corn, and they would take a fish and put it in the ground over the seed.
Maybe the Massaquoi did up in Massachusetts.
And that I saw that on TV the other day, and I'm going, I hadn't seen that or heard that since.
Yes, but yeah, they would drop a little fish in there, and it was just fertilizer.
You might
Wipe out what do you think fertilizer is now? It's all of that just ground up into pellet.
Oh yeah, I know, but I would think too that it brought moisture, because I know when they brought plants, certain vines like wine from Europe, they used potatoes, and they'd slice the potato open and put the vine root into the potato and then wrapped it up, and that kept the plants alive.
A lot of fruit trees now are grafted off of different fruit trees. Bill is really the one to talk to about all of this. He goes over our head with it, but we got to get out of here.
Folks, get out there, support local, be local, buy local.
What would you like to get if you could buy any product locally made on earth? What would it be?
Yesterday, I was somewhere to watch a game, and some people hollered out at me,
Provolone.
I was going to tell you that. Yeah, we walked right into Patches Lounge, and some people goes, Provolone.
And they probably didn't watch the show. They just remember you from doing that.
Well, no, this couple, they watched it.
Law, Brian